Welcome to Smart Remarks. So what now, the Pope's a socialist? What, was he born in Kenya too? So Pope Francis made headlines earlier this month when he condemned what he called the cult of money that tyrannizes the poor and said that money must serve, not rule. He spoke of the, quote, dictatorship of an economy which is faceless and lacking in truly human goals, and ripped the ideologies which uphold the absolute autonomy of markets and financial speculation. Randians take notes. Quote, we have begun this culture of disposal, he said, in which people themselves are, quote, considered as consumer goods, which can be used and thrown away. While the income of the minority is increasing exponentially, that of the majority is crumbling. And so I got one question after listening to all this. Why does the Pope hate freedom? This is the head of the Catholic Church condemning the morality of our modern finance capitalism. This ain't OWS. It's the Vatican. He sounds like a radical leftist. Or maybe there's nothing so radical about it after all. Pope Francis is Argentinian and was a voice for the poor in that country during their financial crisis. But to Americans, this all must sound very odd. A Vatican spokesman said the speech was intended to draw the world's attention to social justice and the needs of the poor. Social justice. That sound you just heard, that was the sound of Glenn Beck's head exploding. This isn't the right-wing free market Jesus we've been taught to revere, but it's a tremendous moral argument, a necessary moral argument. We have made markets into God. We have made the pursuit of wealth into the highest human endeavor, and we lie to ourselves and tell us that this is universally beneficial. But that's obviously a lie. For more and more, as more and more money flows to the top, it creates more and more misery on the lower rungs of society. This isn't just some third world thing. I tell you, it is happening right now in your community, perhaps on your street. And all the while, the right continues to go on and on about socialism and how the lazy poor don't deserve their benefits. What the Pope said earlier this month was a direct repudiation of that. Here is one of the globe's preeminent religious leaders saying, that's wrong. That's morally unacceptable. What, were you telling me the Koch brothers didn't get a vote on this, Pope? I demand a recount! This is not the entirety of the Pope's worldview, of course, but I can't help but feel that this speech represented some sort of important turning point for humanity, maybe for Christianity itself. It's an explicit repudiation of Wall Street, a repudiation of too big to fail, of inequality and those who rationalize inequality, who lack compassion for the poor. I've written in my newspaper column on many occasions that in an era of financial turmoil and growing need, the world needs Christians, Christianity, people of faith more than ever. Of course, we all know too many quote-unquote people of faith who don't seem particularly compassionate. But over the years, I've learned that not all people of faith are like this. There is a committed and growing group of people who are willing to tackle inequality, who are willing to question the morality of our winner-take-all capitalist system itself. And who knew the Pope was among them?